Hi guys, welcome to The Farmer Was Replaced. This is going to be a little bit of a let's play. I don't usually do these. In fact, I probably don't even do videos at all, considering my performance lately. It's been a year, I think, at least a year. But anywho, I wanted to pick this game up. It looked interesting, and for me, being a programmer, I'm either going to be embarrassing myself by playing this game, or hopefully I should be adequate enough at it. So just having a quick look through the options. Tabs to spaces, disabled. Oh, I'm gonna leave that alone. That's like a hot topic. Print warnings, controls, so typical WASD, audio and graphics. Yeah, that's good, I'll leave that. And let's start the game. This window contains information about everything in the game. You can move windows around by dragging and dropping the grey part of the window, and you can move around by dragging anywhere outside the windows. To get started with programming, go to the first program page by clicking it. Be sure to check out the buttons in the top right corner of the screen, hover over them to see a tooltip explaining what they do. One of them opens the tech tree. That sounds exciting. So first program. Oh boy, I'm not reading all this, but let me just see what skim read. So each code corresponds to the faculty in the node. TLDR, you click play to play. Ah, I got an achievement for that. Run your first program. If you call this program, I'm not sure that really qualifies as a program. Okay, there are two drone commands available, harvest and do a flip. So I suppose, like, oh, I've got suggestions in there. So if I do a flip, no semicolon, that's bad. And there we go. We've done a flip. Whee! Let's have a look up here. So there is a tech tree. Okay. So I can't unlock a while loop yet. Open the unlock tree. Oh, that was closed. The unlock tree. I suppose they should change the text on that. That is. I can't unsee it. Open a new info window so can add documentation. What's this one? A new code file. So you want to like do functions. I suppose we can separate them off. And we've got harvest and do a flip. So let's start with the very first thing, and we're going to harvest our wheat here. And there we go, we got some hay by cutting grass. It's not wheat, it's grass. Right. So just fire this off a few times. And let's have a look. I can now afford a while loop. Same again, I am definitely not reading all of this, but TLDR, you do a while, false, and then your command. So a while loop, we put that here, while true. This will basically loop forever, and do harvest every tick. Because while true is true. And there we go, we now have infinite harvesting. And we see our, we've got more unlocks here, so we can unlock a hat. Increases the speed. And increases the yield of grass, so I think that one is a good one to do for, oh, I can't unlock it yet, never mind. Increase the speed of the drone then. Oh, can now harvest faster than the grass can grow. Okay, so we need to add a if branch, so if can harvest, do something. Right, let's stop that. So within our loop, we want to say if can harvest. I think it was a curly brace. Yeah. So with it being a function, we put a little curly brace on the end. I believe this this language is kind of mimicking Python. I'm not too familiar with Python, but I can get my way around it. So we are now harvesting again. And we can expand the farm. And we can plant. So let's go for... we're going to expand. Okay, now we can move the drone. That moves the drone. Move requires that you specify the direction in which you wish to move it. So there are 4 constants for this: north, east, south, and west. For example, move north will move the drone 1 square to the north. Right, so let's update our code to say if can't harvest, harvest, and then we'll move north. So we should expect our drone to go harvest here. If you can harvest, go to this one, repeat the loop, can harvest, harvest it, move to the next one. And he does exactly that. And he comes back round to the bottom because I suppose this is like a boundary loop. Whereas like if you can't go north anymore, you start again from the bottom or from the opposite side. Right, now we've got that going again. We could do with more speed though, but I need more wood. Not more wood, I need to unlock wood for that matter. So let's see, unlock, plant a bush. So we need to plant a bush. Is the bush? So we've got plant entities.bush, and this will plant a bush under the drone. We'll clear to reset the farm to all grass and reset the drone position. If you grow more than one type of plant on the farm at the same time, you can sometimes get a higher yield. You'll need to research polyculture to learn more. Alright, let's, I'm just going to keep that over here so I have a reference to this line here. So if I update my code now, I'm going to, not open my Steve overlay. How do I undend? Oh yeah, just backspace. So I'm going to do another loop and we're going to say, have we got any other methods like just can't harvest? If free, can I check if the tile has anything on it? Okay, so if not can harvest, then we will plant entities.bush and move north. Whoa, these boxes are getting in the way here. So we plant, move north. Can I do an else? I can do an else. Nope. So else we can harvest. This code here, I will. I don't have a shortcut to comment all that out, so next best thing, delete it. Oh, if not can harvest, that's not a valid expression, so do not. I've got a runtime error. I don't have operators. Great, so I can't do that. I need to do the other way. Okay. And that gives me wood. With wood, we can unlock some more speed. Which I do want. Oh, we want to increase the yield of grass at some point as well. So, since we've replaced the grass with bushes, we no longer get grass. Just something to come back to. What else we got? We've got carrots over here. We've got print for debugging and operators. Which is what I tried to do before and got an error. Let's expand the farm. Oh no, I wanted to do speed first. Never mind. So your farm has expanded again. We now have a 3x3 grid. Need to play to find a traverse at square grid with the while loop is not possible until you lock sensors and operators. So they've got us a range for loop rather. And these big huge hint boxes. Oh, we've got get world size as well. That's good. Because what you really don't want to be doing is putting the numbers in here, by hard coding them in there. It's what you call a magic number. And let's say the area changes on our grid, so we increase the world size. Then we would also have to come back here and change the numbers around. But if we use get world size, it will just respond to that automatically. So to get world size, what does this return actually? I'm not sure if it returns like how many cells there are along the length, or if it returns like 2 parameters for like 4 and 4. I think it's just a number though, because we are doing a range, so it'll just be a single like 4 or 3 in our case. So let's go ahead and wire that up. So while true, we're going to get rid of... No, we're going to keep that actually, because that's our game loop, let's say. And we want to do bell I in range. Get world size. Now this, on its own, we need a colon there. So we should see that we can now move to the north. It doesn't really change anything at the moment. That's because we also want to do it so we go to the right. So we could take this out and do it here instead. And then we can say move to, we say move east or west, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to move east. I'll see what that does. Okay, so we just moved the entire length of the area. So we only want to do this on each tick. So to put these back in, I don't want to step through, just play it. There we go. It would move north, but we're actually not harvesting these quickly enough in order for us to do the else branch down here to move north. And it seems we're also not planting a bush because of that problem as well. So let's go ahead and get more speed. And still, that's not enough. Get rid of you. What do I need for another speed upgrade? I need carrots. Which I can add now. Okay, well, there's no point expanding to the other cells yet until I can use them. So let's grab carrots. So we need to till the soil now. Planting carrots costs wood and hay. So we'll probably want to look at it so that we keep some resources whilst planting others. So for example, if we have grass here and then bushes here and then we plant carrots along top. So let's go ahead and just reset this. So clear, and then we'll step on that. And that's cleared the area. Oh, I don't want to... There we go. Oh, we need keyboard. So pull that back in. So we're going to keep this one as grass. So since just thinking this through a bit. Just I don't want to accidentally replace anything. So in this case, if I go for what I said I shouldn't do. Right, I've got an idea for this now. So we'll keep the in range bit here and we will move east. But we'll change this so if can harvest, then we are going to harvest. Whoops, I need to copy that twice. So harvest. And then we're going to move to the east. Then this will be for the grass. Can I leave a comment? Yes. Will that run? Yep. So that's going to be our grass row. And then we'll take another loop. So once we are done with this, we will also move to the north. So the idea is we go ding, 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 come back over here, move north, and then repeat it for here. And then we're back to here, we move north again, and then we go back to the start. So that's the grass one. And this one's going to be bushes. So we want to change this one so it's if can harvest, harvest. Otherwise if can, oh wait, no, sorry, we do not need that. Was there an opposite for I mean, if you can't harvest, then you plant entities.push. And then you move to the east. And then move. So that's for bushes. And then for carrots, repeating a loop down here. Let's expand that. So for carrots, if I can harvest, then we want to harvest. And I'm going to come back and tweet this as well because I actually don't like it, because if we harvest on this branch, we're not going to plant, we're just going to move to the east and leave it, and that's just going to be inefficient. So I'll come back and create that in a moment. So if we can harvest it, and move east is going to be our last command in that bit, and then was it cantil? Well, if not, let's just till, and then I'm going to have to look at the documentation on that one again. So where is carrots? This will change the ground to ground soil. So just call and till, we'll do that. And then you plant entities dot carrot. Then once we've done those, we move to the east and then move north. Once we are done with that loop, and my copy and paste failed again. But move north. So before I fix the inefficiency here, let's see if it runs. Yeah. I need to go back to the start. Can I get him back to the start without... No, stop. Everything's ruined. What I didn't account for was the starting position. Can I, like, get you back over there? Well, close you down anyway. I could really do with a shortcut to a key combination to mass comment code out. Can I use return? Oh well, no I can't actually, but it took me back to the start, so that is what I wanted. So move it east, east, east. Yeah, I think that's right. Like that. Yep, there we go. But we didn't plant a bush. So we are doing the harvesting and the planting for the carrots. But why? Let's stop that. Oh, I should have paused that. I've just ruined everything again. Right, so if can harvest, and then we'll plant immediately after that. And just make sure it's not partly if. Not that it really matters, actually. Yeah, I'll give you parts of the if. It's just like if you've got a state where it can't harvest, but there's nothing really that you can't harvest, so... so if can harvest, move east, move north. So what was up with this one? So if we can harvest, then we till it, plant, then we move east. So why did it do... Is it because I got a space here? Please tell me it's not because of spaces. And I'm going to reset it as well. So this broke everything before in the way that I wanted. That's been fixed. Right, put oh, too late. Resume that. Right, so if can harvest. Oh, I've got it. It's because till is changing it back to grass. So if can harvest, if cannot harvest, till, and I'll put that. Oh, I don't think I had operators, did I? What's that? What's my warning? Yeah, that. I didn't actually see that before, but that would have taken me to this exact issue. So if we can't harvest... In fact, I'm going to have to change this to else. Because I don't have operators yet. So if can harvest, else. So then we plant and move east. That did fix it for the two here. Oh, why didn't it fix that though? If can harvest. Oh, I was wrong. If can harvest. Is there another till command? I need to unlock a sensor to read the current tile. That's my guess. I need a new command for this, or a new function. Can I unlock it? I can unlock operators. Where is like a sensor or something? We'll see how far away that one is. Yeah, X and Y. So there's operators. So now I can finally do like if the not thing. Next, let's get sensors. Get ground type. Thank you. So if get ground type equals ground, I think ground's dot soil. So we'll say if it's not soil, then we need to till. And then if we can harvest, we can harvest. And then we plant a carrot and move east. Before I continue, what else have we unlocked here? Use the num unlock function. Okay. Alright. Close that and resume our program. I am offset by 1 though. It's working, but let's oh, it is a yellow case. So I got away with that because the clay is outside the loop. So once we hit the loop, we are stuck in here forever. So actually, I'm going to keep that in there because it's a good way to like reset things when you change the script. But we have solved those problems now. We're getting grass, we're getting wood, and then we get the carrots that aren't ready there. Let's have a look at what other upgrades there are. I could do another speed one. But I could probably benefit from expanding. So there we go, we've expanded. Let's, oh, this is going to end up breaking now. Well, not really breaking, but it's going to be... Oh, actually, it probably will, because the carrots will end up overrunning everything. I think it will reset itself eventually when we run out of resources to make carrots, but it's a very inefficient script now. Right, stop that, reset, and let's have a look at what else to unlock, and then we can see what we're going to do with that 4th row. Watering would have been handy for the carrots earlier. But let's go for trees and then... Oh no, I can't get trees yet, can I? Yeah, I need so many carrots. In which case... use items that water. Right, so you can't overwater a plant, but you can run out of water if you use it too quickly. So we're going to have to manage that as a resource. Put you over there. I'm going to want to keep you there as a reference. And like move you there. So for carrots, let's... I'll do grass twice. So just to make this one run twice, we just do a range and then 2. I think that'll run twice. With it being Python, I think, well, Python like, that's 1 and 2. It doesn't start at 0. Like what I'm used to. Didn't reset though. Let's create a syntax error. Then, no. There we go. Can only be used inside a function. Why did he skip? Oh, because it wasn't ready yet. Never mind. I was just wondering like why he kept moving over to here so quickly. Could do with working on a bit of speed now. So we need 50 more carrots. 1 more. Now that I know he's only skipping over the first 2 because it's not grown yet, it does seem that he goes to the start every time you rerun the program. Let's have a think about water. There's not really much point in watering anything yet. I can't... right, there we go. Let's unlock speed. Let's see how this runs this time. The carrots are still growing before we get there. I just wonder like how much of a yield are we getting from grass? Just 1. Then you can increase the yield here. There we go, that's a lot better. And I can't do the same for a bush. I can unlock debugging though. Right, so this is kind of like an SOS, like you don't know why a certain value is the way it is, you just print it out. And it'll output it to the output page. which is this. Well, let's unlock trees then. Okay, getting a little bit more complicated now. So, we can't plant a tree that is next to another tree. But they are a more efficient resource for getting wood. So we could do it so we can do tree, bush, tree, bush. And then bush, tree, bush, tree. But if I've got trees, I'm going to be getting more wood. So do I need another row of bushes? So for now, let me stop the program. And I shall get rid of this loop here. So we'll do the bushes / trees, and did I unlock a modulo operator? Yes, I do. Yeah, so we can use this to basically check a number divides by a number like evenly. So we get our position X and divide that, not divide it by 2, but use the modulo. If we've got a leftover 0, that means we could plant a tree and we won't be next to another tree. But then on the next row, if we do the same thing, we'd have to do it with a leftover of 1. So it does it at a different spread. Rather than, because if we plant next to one another, we're going to get hit with an inefficiency, I won't say bonus, but the opposite of a bonus. So how are we going to do that then? So this one will be bush, so I'll do... We need to get our position X. So let's use print. And we'll see where position X begins, if it's 0 or 1. That's why I want to know. So it's 0. Oh, it's printed out on the screen as well. They're big numbers. So yeah, 0 is like 0, 0, this tile here. So if gonna harvest, harvest. We're not going to plant yet. We need to determine what exactly we're going to plant. So if position X modulo 2 is 0, then we will plant entities dot 3. Else plant entities dot push. I don't think calling plant twice will be a problem though. Okay, returns false if it didn't succeed. Let's see if we get a tree from this. Yep, so we've got a tree here, and a bush, and a tree, and a bush. And then I'll just revert it with carrots. Because I'm not using that third row anymore. So I can copy this block here and do another one for trees and bushes. That one is trees and bushes row 1. And then row 2. And then basically just change that to a 1. Rerun it. And we've got trees at a different offset. I still don't have a use for watering yet because I'm not doing my farming quickly enough. Let's have a look if we can get another speed boost. Nope. Change that. Grey hat. Let's put a grey hat on. Yay. Aha, a yield for the bonus for the trees and bushes, finally. Why not? And we can do one for the carrots, so do that one. Anything else that I should unlock here? I've unlocked a new hat. Tree hat. So it assigns variables to values to variables. So a variable is just kind of like a keyword that you can create for holding a value. I don't need them right now, but they're free. So, well, not free, but cheap. So you could technically just like store a number, like instead of calling 5, you could put a equals 5. But that value can also change. You can change in however way you really want it to change. Like if you want to add, minus, store like a position in it. So that's a variable. Oh, functions would be really convenient once our code is getting more complicated, like it is now. Say for this bush tree one, we could put this into a function and then just pass a parameter through for the offset that we need. So I think I should unlock that one. And let's see how functions work in this game then. So we use the def keyword to define a new function. And you can use the call operator to call that function. Scopes to learn about local and global variables. We're not using variables at the moment, so don't need to worry about scoping. Okay, I'm going to put a function together. I shouldn't have closed that because I'm going to need it for a reference, but let's stop that. We'll clean this code up a little bit. So define plant, tree, or bush. And then copy this code here. I'll keep the move north out of it, because I think that's more like a top level thing. And then where that code used to be, here. And that is it. If I fire that now, syntax error is not defined. It appears to be defined in this file, but oh, right, okay. So we've got an ordering issue. The problem is I'm trying to call a function that hasn't been created yet. It's not known until you run it. So if I move it to the top, that should be okay now. Yeah, there we go. We're now calling that function on this row here. And to stop it again, and if I place it over this one, we will have an issue here because the offset is on 1 on both of them. So we need a way to pass that value into here and just change this value here. And we can do that by now going back to our variables. So we can actually assign a variable as a parameter that you pass through into a function. So let's say I call it offset. And I change the 1 to offset. And when we come down to plant, tree, or bush, these will need to be changed. So this will be 0 offset, and that'll be 1. And the function knows what parameter this belongs to because you've called it offset over here. And then we're checking the offset matches that value. And that is why functions are very nice. We're doing exactly the same thing that was occurring before, but instead of writing this code out twice, it is now just one version of it, with a slight modification for a variable that we can pass into to configure the behavior. So I think we need to up the difficulty here now and see what we can expand or work on next. So the upgrades to speed are kind of lagging behind how big my farm is. And I'm still unlocking stuff down here, so now that I've got more efficient yields, I don't really need 2 rows of bushes and trees. But watering is also kind of useless at the moment because stuff is growing before I'm getting to the end, so expanding isn't going to help. Speed would, but well, I can upgrade it again, there we go. But we've got one more upgrade to go on that, and now we're maxed out, so... Are we still gathering everything? No, some things are being skipped over now. But this problem's going to go away the moment I expand my farm, which I'm going to do now. And then recreate that issue from before where I need to fill in another row. Let's unlock something if I can. No, I've just used up all my carrots. I'll do this little cheap thing that I did before. Indent this. And just run twice. So I've got 2 rows of carrots at the end. Oh, hold on. Why? Yeah, everything's going to be replaced by carrots. I got a new hat. Oh yes, my carrots. Do I have enough for... Pumpkins. To grow a pumpkin, we need to plant carrots. And they have a 20% chance of dying. So you'll need to replant the dead ones if you want them to merge. When a pumpkin dies, it leaves behind a dead pumpkin that won't drop anything when harvested. Planting a new plant in its place automatically removes the dead pumpkins, so there's no need to harvest it. If can harvest always returns false on dead pumpkins. The yield of a giant pumpkin depends on the size of a pumpkin. So you want to aim for a 6x6 pumpkin to get the full multiplier. So to get started with, I need to sort this mess out that's going on here. So that's doing what it should do. That's not doing what it should do. It's because we're literally not moving north. That's it. There we go. And I've also got another problem here. Let's do 3 rows of carrots, because we can't have enough carrots apparently. I still have no need to water anything. Any other upgrades? Yes, a grass yield. Carrot yield. This one almost. Oh no, carrots are going down. Carrots, oh, it increases the cost of carrots as well. I missed that. Yeah, we're losing hay with this, so that would be down to a 2. Oh, I'm just gonna run carrots twice. Let's just double check the watering mechanic. Yeah, it would be nice if water increased the yield. Considering you unlock it so early, I just don't really feel there's a need to water anything. So I got 1.3k on hay now. Making sure trees aren't getting more expensive. I don't think I even pay anything to make a tree. Yeah, they're free. Ah, yeah, it's giving you a hint about what I did earlier with the modulo. So I'm gonna call it here now. I've enjoyed playing the game so far, but I think I've got enough for one Let's Play worth, and it's getting late here, so I wouldn't mind turning in. So just a quick thank you for watching, and I shall see you in maybe another video.